are you saying that you don't believe? Do you believe that it was intended for you in that way, or what are you saying here?
It was a noose. It was a noose that was whether tied in 2019 or whatever. It was a noose. So it wasn't directed at me, but somebody tied a noose. That's what I am saying. Mm-hmm. It is a noose.
What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And apparently, an incident took place with, what's his name? Booger, Bandit, Bubba Wallace. A brother, I guess, who races in NASCAR. Only brother. So I guess, in his mind, since I'm the only brother, I got to hold it down for the brothers. And he's, hypersensitive perhaps over being the only black person in NASCAR, and perhaps overreacted to what he felt was a noose in his garage. Yeah. So instead of saying, you know what? Hey guys, anybody know anybody about this? Anybody? No? Okay. Instead of asking that, I guess he just assumed that was a form of intimidation. Like somebody got the time to say, you know what, man? I don't like that. I don't like that Bubba guy. First of all, he took one of our names. Bubba is a name us white nationalists patent. Okay? They got the nerve to give this man the name Bubba. Then allow him to race in NASCAR, man. That's our sport. Can't we have anything to ourselves anymore? So he got the nerve to have our name and be a part of our sport. That's crazy, man. And wasn't he the guy that fought against us having that Confederate flag to show all of our racism and white nationalists? I don't like him, man. Even though for someone to leave this noose in his garage, it had to be inside job. Nut was broken. So therefore, since I work on his cars, what I'm going to do late at night is put that noose up there just to remind him of what not to do and what country he lives in. Okay? This is America, not Africa. So I'm assuming that that's what he thought happened. And according to the liberal media and some of their reactions, instead of learning from their past mistakes, instead of learning from Jesse Smollett, instead of learning from all of these hate hoaxes, the problem is when you're looking for racism, you'll find it.
And that had to be an impediment to NASCAR reaching out to a broader audience, as well as having more drivers want to even be part of the sport.
Yeah, I think most people of color, if you've attended a NASCAR race or even thought about it, there are just certain symbols and a certain mood and a certain sentiment that has been bubbling at the surface of NASCAR events. And NASCAR has been trying to somewhat move away from it. And I say somewhat in kind of air quotes. But at the same time, as someone who's attended several NASCAR races, it's hard for people of color to feel comfortable in these environments when you see the Confederate flag everywhere, when you just get this sense that you're at something that you're not welcome at. As much as NASCAR may try to distance itself from that, it's a living, breathing part of their sport. And you have a black driver, you have an opportunity here to open this sport up in a new way. And so for this reminder, this very stunning, shocking, appalling, disgusting reminder of who, again, this sport is for, I'm very curious as to see how NASCAR handles this, because based off what everything I've read is that this had to be an inside job, because this garage was only open to essential personnel. So somebody associated with NASCAR likely may have been the culprit, which what does that say for a sport that's trying to create a more positive racial future?
Yeah, just like Bubba saw racism soon as he saw the rope hanging down. Didn't think of, hey, let me see what is it connected to? Where does it go? Well, let me pull on it and see what happens. None of that. Instead of going through, a process, a reasonable process, he jumped to the worst conclusion. It's obviously racism. And then the media did the same thing. And you know what happened? So now he done spent his racist chips on that hoax because the FBI stopped what they were doing. Forget about all the rioting and the burning and the ripping down the statues. We can't even find out who left the pallets. Every place the angry mob showed up at the terror, so we can't even find that. We have no idea who's organizing Black Lives Matter protests and tearing up we can't get to the bottom of that. But what we can do is stop what we're doing to go down to check out what's going on with Bubba, only to find out that he didn't have the only rope hanging. Other gates had ropes hanging too. I don't know why none of them stopped to tell Bubba. I mean, when it went viral, and maybe they was too far in. Maybe the hysteria had already took off, and they were like, "Oh, should we tell him, dude? Nah, you know what? Nah, we don't. Let it go. Let it go. You know, let's give him his moment." And that's exactly what they did. The liberal media, NASCAR bending over backwards. Let's throw a parade for Bubba. Pushing him. Yeah, we're going to push you instead of you just hitting the gas. We're going to show you, Bubba, that we're behind you. All of that just to have an egg on the face. And his response was?
Are you saying that you don't believe? Do you believe that it was intended for you in that way? Or are you... What are you saying here?
It was a noose. It was a noose that was whether tied in 2019 or whatever. It was a noose. So it wasn't directed at me, but somebody tied a noose. That's what I am saying. Mm-hmm. It is a noose.
Nothing. I mean, you know what? That's what I thought. Forget I'm sorry for saying things that might come across as accusations against white NASCAR viewers or supporters, even though somehow I'm rich and I'm a black man participating in an all-white sport and I'm being supported and money coming in and all that stuff, but racism is holding me down somehow. That's what he's basically trying to say. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another hoax, another Jesse Smollett. And I know it hurts them when they are in the business of searching and finding racism like it was a Bigfoot all the time. Okay, everybody, I'm here at NASCAR. I heard that there's some potential racism here. Now, we're going to go in and investigate. But I warn you, don't try this at home. We're professionals at CNN and MSNBC and ESPN. Okay, we're going to go in. All right, here we are. Oh. Are those Confederate flags? That looks pretty racist to me. But these Caucasians aren't leaving the stands and running down yet to attack Bubba Wallace as he parades around in his new car with all of his sponsorship. They're not doing anything to him. I'm sure it's going to start at any second. No? Okay. All right. So once again, this is Fake News signing out. We'll keep you posted. That's what they do. They run around constantly looking for racism. And when they can't find it, they make it up. And when it comes out to be a hoax, what do? Yeah, let's move on to the next false racist thing we can concoction. So, egg on face, as we probably expected. So, God bless y'all. Don't forget, check me out every Wednesday night, 7:30 live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, my radio blog talk show. Hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Don't forget to check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like the products, put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. And let me see what else. If you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. Links below to do that. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's about it. All right. God bless y'all. Next time on Kevin's Corner.